Hello everyone, I am Hamraj, third year biomedical engineering from Erode Sengundar Engineering College. In this video, I'll go to present about spread spectrum, despreading and correlation detection. Before that, we have to know what is spectrum. Spectrum is nothing but that are the different range of frequencies. In these frequencies are considered as informations in communication engineering. We can transmit and receiving the data through the frequencies. The spread spectrum is an expanded or wider range of the information, and the despreading is the process of recovering the original signal from the wider signal. The correlation detection is the process of extracting or recovering the original signal by comparing the two other parameters or two other informations. Now I'll go to the topic. First, what is spread spectrum? Spread spectrum is a transmission technique that spreads a signal over a much wider bandwidth than the minimum required for the data rate. This process makes the signal highly resilient to interference and difficult to detect. Already I said that the spread spectrum increases the range of frequency. It makes wider the information and wider the bandwidth by comparing to the required data rate. And after this process, we can't find the information easily. The detection process is difficult after the spread spectrum, and there is a more chances to interfering the noise in the signal. The main function of the spread spectrum is increases signal robustness and enhancing security through signal hiding, enables multiple users to share the same bandwidth. Here the spread spectrum increase the data bandwidth, and the second one, the security is enhanced because the detection purpose of the signal is difficult, so it is a high secured to transmit the signal. And the third one is enables multiple users to share the same bandwidth. The spread spectrum is applicable for the multiple users by the specific code. By using the specific code, the multiple users can use the same bandwidth or same frequency of channel to transmit or receiving the data. Now we will go to see about why the spread spectrum is needed in communication. The first one is interference rejection. The interference is nothing but just the interfere of neighbor signal in the transmitting signal. By using the spread spectrum, we can reject the interference of other signals in the transmitting signal. The second one is security and privacy. Spread spectrum, the information can despreading by only using the specific code, so that the other persons, hackers or intermediators can't able to decode the information, so that the third parties are can't able to despreading the information. And the third one is multipath resistance. Multipath fading resistance is nothing but the multiple users can transmit through the particular range of frequency simultaneously. That is called as multipath fading resistance. And the fourth one is code division multiple access. The code division multiple access is the data transmitting method by a specific code. Already I said in the spread spectrum we can only despread the information by using the specific code. So we can share the information in a same frequency or same channel by using the specific code. That is called as code division multiple access. The multiple users can share the data simultaneously by using the specific code in a same channel is called as code division multiple access. Now we will see about the main core idea of this communication technique. In this communication, the PN code plays a main role during spreading and despreading. The PN code is the pseudo noise code. The PN code is expanded as pseudo noise code. During the spreading operation, the data is spreading depends on the PN code. During the transmission, the data is spreading depends on the PN code before the transmission, and after the spreading the data may be transferred by the channel or frequency or bandwidth. The transferred signal received by a receiver and it despreading depends on the PN code, so that both the spreading and despreading operation, the PN code plays a main role. So we are considered as a main core idea in this communication technique. Now we will see about the step-by-step process of despreading function. The first one is receive spread signal. The transmitted signal or the spreaded signal. We can receive the spreaded signal through the receivers. It may be combined with the interference and the noises. And the second one is PN code synchronization. PN code synchronization is nothing but the receiver generates the PN code same as the transmitters. And the third one is multiplication and integration. Here we are using the multiplexer for both the multiplication and integration process. The main function of the multiplexer is the multiple input and gives us the single output. Here that the spreaded signal is converted into a despreaded signal through the multiplexer. This process is called as despreading process, and after the despreading, final step is called as the original data recovery. In this original data, the noises and interferences are removed by the multiplication. Now we will go to see about correlation detection. Correlation, the word refers that something is related with something. Like that, here the despreading signal is related to the spreaded signal. Here the correlation detection is the main mechanism in the despreading process. It extracting the original signal by comparing the similarities between despreading signal to the PN code of the spreading signal. This autocorrelation detection is divided into two types. One is high correlation and another one is low correlation. High correlation is the receiver generating the PN code similar to the transmitter's PN code. That condition of relation is considered as high correlation. The low correlation is the gradual change between the receiver generating PN code and transmitter generating PN code. This condition is called as lower correlation. The real world application of spread spectrum despreading is applicable in GPS location traction and CDMA, code division multiple access, the multiple users using simultaneously both the transmitting and receiving the data, and the other one is Wi-Fi connection. These are the real-time applications of spread spectrum despreading. Thank you, friends.